Okay, I made a video earlier on Mankind Divided for one of the DLCs that I wanted to do a playthrough on and kind of explain it. But I guess OBS deleted my macros, so I had to remap my stuff specifically for my recording software. And now I got to redo it, but I'm already halfway through the DLC through System Rift, which is a really, really good DLC. I mean, these 3 DLCs are really amazing. Although I have not played a Criminal Past yet, I've already done Desperate Measures a couple times. I'm now going to do my second playthrough on System Rift. But these are some really amazing DLCs for Mankind Divided. And I think, in my opinion, they give you more agency on how you want to progress through these missions. I mean, they're one-off missions aside from the main story, so you have to actually back out of the campaign, come back to the main menu like I just did, and then tap onto these DLCs separately, so they're not integrated into the story. And I think what really sucks about Mankind Divided is because of what happened with Eidos Montreal being shut down and all that, and canceling supposedly the sequel to Mankind Divided, which was 4 years in development, and they just canceled it when Eidos shut down or whatever happened to the company. So what that means is we're never going to see a director's cut or an enhanced edition or anything like that for Mankind Divided, which means unlike Human Revolution's director's cut, which not only adjusted the lighting in the game to make it a little bit brighter and not as opaque orange, that orange tint that Human Revolution was known for, it also integrated the Missing Link DLC into the main story. So at a specific point in the campaign, about halfway through, then it just transitions from the cutscene in the vanilla story, and then it actually transitions into the Missing Link DLC, which was actually pretty cool, because originally, just like here in Mankind Divided, you have to exit out of the campaign and then go back into the main menu and click on the DLC and play it separately. So that was kind of a pain to do when it first came out. Then they integrated it. We're obviously never going to see that for Mankind Divided, so we still have to do it this way. Exit out of the story, go back into the main menu, go into the DLCs, which is called Jensen Stories, and then from here we'll tap into the DLC. So that really does suck, and it is unfortunate, because Mankind Divided ends on a very, very obvious cliffhanger that, yeah, we're gonna expose the Illuminati and such. So that is never going to happen by the looks of it, and I don't think we can trust another developer to continue with Adam Jensen's story, because when Eidos was going out, the main team that was behind Adam Jensen, the character that we play, they all left the studio, which means there isn't another studio out there that can really get a feel for Adam Jensen and his story, especially with what's going on with Mankind Divided and the supposed what's it called? The clone theory, I think is what they just call it simply. And then in the main story, you go into the Versalife Vault, and it was in a video I made earlier about Mankind Divided when we were exploring the vaults. Showed you that little Easter egg. Apparently, there's a body within Versalife that looks exactly like Adam Jensen and is supposedly a clone. And either the body in there is the clone, and we're playing the real Adam Jensen from Human Revolution as well, or the body in the Versalife Vault is Human Revolution's Adam Jensen, and this Adam Jensen that we're looking at now, Mankind Divided's Adam Jensen, is a clone. And not only is he a clone, but supposedly he's a sleeper agent for the Illuminati, and he doesn't know about it, obviously. But what this DLC is, System Rift, is it takes place shortly after the Ruzicka bombing, so it should take place during your second visit to Prague, which is when you're revisiting the city at night, and that's when this DLC is taking place. So that's kind of where the time frame sits. But what you do in here is you're breaking into the Blade, and I don't think I was able to record it. I have to re-record that. I might show a picture or two of what the blades look like. since I'm kind of far in. But we're breaking into the blade, and the Palisade blades are very, very high-end corporate
we don't have any
security vaults.
Scheduled in this area until later this evening.
And a buddy of ours from the first game, Frank Pritchard, contacts Adam Jensen. He wants us to break in and help him finish a job that someone else backed out of, and so that's what we're doing. And we're given several optional objectives. And what's really cool about these, you can actually see what the blade looks like right here. So that's where we're inside. Actually, we're kind of, they sit on the river here in Prague. I don't know what that river is called. It could be the River Thane, but I'm not too familiar with Europe. But it sits on the river. We're currently in the underground facility portion of the blade, and we got to take a funicular that comes up here, and then it's up here, the actual flat top of the blade. That's where we're going to be going to. This is where all their high-tech security is at, and where all the most secure data is. That's where we got to go to. But we have a couple of optional objectives, and there's a couple of conspiracies going on that allows you, the player, to figure out what's going on. And because they're optional and side objectives, they're not part of the main mission of well, I mean, here it says it's part of the main mission of, but this is just all of System Rift. There are no side missions since this is a separate DLC. So otherwise, these would be in your side mission, and then this right here, investigating the Saradaka's death, this would be more of a point of interest type of thing, because you have to find this yourself. It's not going to tell you where it's at. And not only that, you have to actually find emails, pocket secretaries, and the such to actually figure out what happened to this woman. Here's the optional objective: is just plant a figurine in the third floor, and I think we're actually at the third floor. And it's actually a little Easter egg if you look at it. Let's see. How do I look at it? Story items. So this is the little Easter egg, the little figurine we're going to plant. I'm sure if this wasn't a huge game, but if you've played Deus Ex, then you've obviously played this game at some point, which is Thief. This is your main character. I forgot this guy's name. It's been a few years since I played Thief. I never beat Thief, but this is a nice little tie-in to Deus Ex, even though it's two separate universes. But again, the theme around here is you're helping out a Ripper. They're called hackers in this universe. It doesn't have to do anything with the main part of the DLC. It's just there if you want to do it as extra XP. Now, when you originally start the DLC, you're going to start with 15 praxis points, and this is for every single DLC. I don't know if System Rift or I know that System Rift and Desperate Measures is it, but when you're doing the other DLC, which is where you're in prison, I don't think you get praxis kits since they disable your augments. But you start off with 15 praxis kits, and then here you got 15 praxis kits. Is not a whole lot, but it is enough to get you started on how you want to play, or how you want to figure out your play style. Now, what's interesting about System Rift in particular, it's kind of hard to talk while exploring at the same time. Well, because I want to maintain a ghost playthrough, so I don't want to get caught. And what's interesting about System Rift is its security measures, and it'll test your ability to actually see how well your stealth is. And in the second half of System Rift, you're going to be coming up against high-tech security that disables, or not disables, but it makes this augment right here in particular, your glass cloaking augment, it makes it obsolete. Because no matter what, if you use it or not, both the cameras and the drones that are in that area, they'll be able to detect you through your heat signature. So there's a very unique way of tackling the security when you're trying to stealth your way through it. Obviously, you could go in guns blazing, but that isn't fun for me, and it really shortens up the game. In fact, this DLC can be done in about half hour or so, maybe even less if you just go on guns blazing. Although you don't really start off with a whole lot of ammo, about 60 rounds in total with a assault rifle, and your secondary is a stun gun. But this is what you start off with in every one of the DLCs. To enhance your playstyle, you have to. What Deus Ex is known for is it rewards you with exploration. The more you explore, the more XP you get.
Diagnostic sequence complete.
Now, if you take this is a wall that you can punch through with an augment. However, I don't have that augment, and I don't have the praxis kits to get it. And the augment in particular is this one here, punching through walls. Allows you to punch through weakened walls and vents. But I can't do it this time around because I chose to pick a different type of augment loadout. I got some other things that I kind of needed a little bit more, which means I can't go this route. And going this route on my first playthrough really made it much easier to tackle this area. But now, since I don't have it, and I don't have the cloaking augment, which still works for tackling the Taro security and getting around them, I have to figure out another way to get past security and get to, in particular, the office that's up here, because I actually do want to complete that as a side objective just to get the XP. And no matter what you do, even if you have a code for these terminals here, just hack it, because you won't get XP for using the terminal if you have a code for it. Always hack everything and anything that you can see, because it always rewards you with DLC, or not DLC, XP. So here's a civilian. Again, with the agency you get in Mankind Divided, even for the civilians, you can either kill them, knock them out, or just leave them alone. You actually have that option. It's just you're not given the prompts of whether or not you want to.
Hey Petra, yeah, I just got back from holiday. I got the code up in engineering.
So I'm already within range to take her out. You actually,
thanks.
Again, you can kill her or knock her out.
Yeah, my husband is from there,
or
so
just leave her alone. But she does have something
have
interesting.
odds.
Some of the
So probably
civilians in
moving
these
to Rebecca.
DLCs will have interesting items for you to help you progress through the
Yeah.
game. So I'm just gonna knock her out. And I did close the what is this called? EG switch, so it tints the window so enemies can't see through, which means she's perfectly fine here. I don't have to move her body. Okay, so she doesn't have anything of value. There's nothing else in here. There's a vent here. Okay. I do have the augment that'll let me lift heavier objects, so we can go through here. Okay, so I'm on the other side of that laser grid. Again, with the in the vanilla game of Mankind Divided, you can actually use the cloaking augment and just run straight through those lasers. But this time around, the security is enhanced, so running through that laser grid, even when you're cloaked, is actually going to you're going to get detected either way. So it's best to not invest in the cloaking aug at all. So you can see that I also upgraded the enemy's field of vision. And if you go down here, this is unlocked from you from the start of the DLC. You got to use one praxis kit to unlock these other things. So what I chose was to unlock vision feedback. This gives me cones for the enemies. So rather than just basic gray dots on the map, they actually have a cone field of view. So this is more akin to Metal Gear Solid. Makes it easier to determine whether or not it's safe to move to the next piece of cover or just through the area in general.
Running diagnostics check.
So wait for this guy to move. I can disable that turret if I want, but there is no need to.
Water pressure registering within normal.
And this is the...
Diagnostic sequence complete.
Yep, so that's the room I gotta get into, but I don't think I can safely hack it without being seen. So what I'm gonna do, and this is it's totally up to you. If you think you can hack it without getting spotted in the limited time frame you have, go ahead and do it. But this right here, which is a multi-tool, you can hack security devices. And I usually save these for level 5 terminals, because right now I don't have the augment that'll allow me to unlock, or not unlock, but hack level 5 terminals. And here we can place the figure.
Shadow Child, that thing you wanted me to do in the blade, it's done.
1 million thank yous. You know, Leona is the head engineer. You might find something useful on her computer. The password is trust no one. Or at least it used to be.
Thanks.
Buona fortuna, Mr. Jensen. Ciao.
Now that dialogue right there will change a little bit if you've already hacked this computer. She'll say something else to you. Now again, here's an example of Deus Ex rewarding you for hacking anything and everything you can find. And there's the vent. We were just on the other side of that vent.
Warning.
So you can see how much
The
easier it would have been to
facility's
get through this
exterior
area.
maintenance hatch is open. Routine
So again,
maintenance
we
of
have
structure
the
exterior
code.
underway.
Obviously we can just type it in and unlock the computer, but again, you get rewarded for hacking. So it doesn't matter if you're able to hack it or not. Well, no, it doesn't matter if you have the code. Hack it anyway, because you'll get the XP for it.
Anomaly.
And the hacking minigame in Mankind Divided, I actually don't like it as much.
Initiated.
I think it's harder to hack terminals in Mankind
Access
Divided
granted.
than it is in Human Evolution, because a lot of times, even if you have max
Running diagnostics
stealth
check.
detection on your augment, you can still get detected even at 15%, and
fluctuations.
a lot of times it makes it so difficult to hack level 1 terminals.
Diagnostic sequence complete.
So a lot of these emails will just be more just conversations between two people within the Deus Ex universe, but if you look through all of it, a lot of times it might have something useful for you. Oh, what's going on? Huh?
Commencing diagnostics
Okay, my mouse wasn't
check.
working for a moment. So yeah, browse through these
Air
emails.
purification
You might
system
find
is operating
a
at
code
normal
to something,
capacity.
or you might find a little
Complete.
Easter egg that'll lead you to a free praxis kit, or if you just want to kind of dive a little bit deeper into the universe and the lore of Deus Ex, especially when it comes to where we're in right now, which is a very corporate. It's a high corporate, high security type of place. So you'll find emails that'll kind of expose the companies from the inside. So sometimes it's interesting, man. It just depends on whether or not you even enjoy this. But Shadow Child told us to look at the log at this person's emails, because it's actually part of the side objective, which is figuring out what happened to the woman that was killed in here. So it's actually this email in particular here. And if you read through it carefully, you'll be able to piece together what actually happened to this woman. So you can see the supposed error occurred at the same time that Saradakis died, which means it may have turned out to be an inside job, but it's up to you to determine whether or not that was the case.
Well, this is interesting, Pritchard.
What?
I found a log that says the vacuum defense system in the chamber where Simona Saradakis died might have been manually triggered.
Need I remind you that you're there to gain access to Santos' data, not play detective? I suggest you get a move on.
So now we have more info, and now we can inspect Chamber 209, but again, that's when we actually get to the servers. What's going on there?
Attention. The facility's exterior maintenance hatch is now
Okay, so we're done here. Now we can keep moving. What's going on there? Okay, gotta wait for that officer. Something glitched out. Get away from it as soon as possible.
running diagnostics check in sector 11482.
Gotta crouch because I am playing on Give Me Deus Ex, which is
Diagnostic sequence
the second highest difficulty in these DLCs. There is another one. Which is getting annoying.
Hey, what's with all these boxes?
Didn't you see the updated report? Delivery guide for the shipment of new server parts. Said it wasn't there.
Okay, that's getting annoying. Maybe I can reload that save. Nope. Let's see. Oh, was that it? Okay. That guard did walk by, so I can freely get up here. One thing I love about this DLC is the music. The music's amazing. I could listen to this all day.
Patrol scene.
There is this little glitch here with the stairs.
Delivery guide for the shipment of new server parts in the wrong place. Said it wasn't their job to move it off the boat.
We're waiting on Palisades maintenance crew to move them up the funicular in the morning.
Now, in my first playthrough, I didn't go through these buildings, these two offices here, so I do want to go in there and see what's going on.
Integrity stable. Water pressure registering within normal parameters. Diagnostic sequence.
So I am going to try and get in there.
And I don't get why we have to wear all this heavy shit down here. When's the last time we had to take any action on this assignment?
Well, let me think about that for a moment. Oh, that's right. Never.
I'd much rather be on patrol around the lobby. At least there's a possibility of something happening up there.
Oh yeah, like turning away nosy tourists or having to constantly tell that Saradakis fellow to stop his incessant rambling. That's much better.
What I wouldn't give for a primary to be lurking behind me right now.
So I don't know if these two are going to be moving or if they're guarding. Because we got to get up there, up to that. That's an office up there. That's the CTO's office. That's where we got to get to. But I want to see what's going on over here. I think there's lasers though. No, that's a radio. Maybe there's another way to get there.
Temperature readings in service.
See if there's another way up here.
Cooling systems functioning normally.
So there's another augment that's keeping me from kind of bypassing those two guards. Go back to the augments. So it's this down here. Cybernetic leg prosthesis. So I don't have this unlocked. If I did, I would have access to the clip springer mod. This just allows you to jump higher and would allow me to easily grab this ledge here. There is another augment. It's one of the experimental augments that's new to Mankind Divided, which is the Icarus Dash. Again, I don't have it, so I can't get up there. So I got to figure out another way to get up to the second level, or the fourth floor, or fifth floor, sorry. So let's see if we can go around here. Cannot. Because my first playthrough, I went through the back corridors and the maintenance shafts to get to the fifth floor. Here, I don't have those augments, so now I got to figure out another way to get there, which makes it harder. Again, I don't want to go in guns blazing and trigger off all the alarms. I am playing on Give Me Deus Ex, so it is the hardest difficulty in the vanilla game. There is another one after it. I forget what it's called, but it's basically permadeath. You die. Once you die, yeah, it gets game over. You got to restart the DLC from the beginning, and you only get one save. And I obviously don't have time to do this in one playthrough. Let's see, can I just use this? Okay, just enough. Disable the lasers here. And you can see I get XP for disabling security. Again, every little bit helps. EG switch. Disable the other EG switch. Maybe there's another one. Yep. Let's go ahead and disable all the lasers here just to get that little bit of XP. There's a few laptops I can hack, so that's more XP for me. But also might figure out something else within the side objectives. Again, this is totally up to you. You can completely ignore this because you don't have to actually come into this office if you don't want to. But again, you're rewarded for exploring the game. And again, if you want your XP, if you want to maximize your potential with your augments, then definitely go ahead and explore. I don't think I'm gonna have time to hack this because I got detected way too early. This is what I don't like. So this is a level 1 terminal. It should be super easy to hack, and yet I get caught so easily. And then when I do get caught, especially when I get caught early on, I don't have enough time to actually finish the hack. And I don't want to be wasting my
Anomaly detected.
my hacking software just to make it easier to hack a level 2 level 1 terminal.
Access granted.
Alright. So what are you looking at? So this is just lore bits. This is more lore
The
bits.
facility's exterior maintenance hatch is open. Routine maintenance of structure exterior underway.
I think this might have to do with the server room. So I think this is just more lore bits. Level 1 with 3 directories.
Anomaly detected.
Again, I get caught on the first.
Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Running diagnostics.
Okay, so here it's
check.
talking about the AUG detector, the neutralizer, so
Piping integrity.
it's talking about the heightened security that
Water
makes
pressure
some of my
registering
augments
within normal
pointless.
parameters. Diagnostic sequence complete.
Okay, so some of the security actually has some non-lethal approaches, so I didn't know that. I didn't know they could... it doesn't matter. When you get caught, I mean, it's all lethal.
Anomaly
Level
detected.
4 registry. Now, look at that. I get
Trace
caught again on
program
in
initiated.
the opening hack. Oh, and then there's a firewall.
Access granted.
Running diagnostics check in sector 11482.
Lore bits.
Diagnostic sequence complete.
Lore bits, but it is related to the Yoshiro death, not Yoshiro, the Saradaka's death. Okay, so that's just more lore bits. I don't think I'll be finding anything interesting in here that'll help me with the server area, because I didn't explore this office in the first playthrough again. See, look at this capture detection, which is the lowest, even if you have max detection,
Commencing
which will bring it up to
diagnostics
45% on the highest level
Air
5
purification
security.
system is operating.
Right now it's
at
75 because I'm
capacity.
only at level 1
Diagnostic
on
sequence
security
complete.
detection, but a lot of times I'll get detected at 50%. So far so good. So I'm not gonna go for that one yet, data store, until I'm here at the registry.
Anomaly detected.
And got caught, okay. So I gotta wait for
Trace
this. It's
program
level 5 before I
initiated.
capture the level 1. I can go for level 1.
Access granted.
Got reveal software, okay. So that won't be too bad. So we already went past this with.
The air navigation system is currently active in the west side maintenance corridor.
So yeah, I think this is just lore bits. So I'm just gonna hack this and just get the XP and then head out. This right here, transfer directory, will make things easier to capture the existing
Trace
nodes.
program initiated. Access granted.
Temperature readings in server chamber area are within acceptable parameters. Cooling systems functioning normally.
So this is regarding the enhanced security in the DLC. It's more lore bits, okay. So nothing interesting. Oh, I think this is to disable the laser grid, which I've already disabled. So 75%. This is the. This is the path of least resistance.
1175.
I'll just hack it. Oh wait, that's also level 5.
Diagnostic sequence complete.
Anomaly detected.
Oh, plenty of time.
Trace program initiated.
I've never seen that such a large amount of time they give you on the hack.
Access granted.
Okay, yeah, this is for the laser grid. I don't know if this guy moves or not.
Patrol clear.
He does. I don't think I can go this way. Or maybe I can.
Diagnostics check of hydraulic systems commencing.
Okay, so everyone is. I think they're all in cubicles. Yeah. Should be able to get in, no problem. Security's coming back.
Diagnostics check of telecommunications commencing.
Wait a minute. If they have to pay fines, that guard from downstairs must be running a pretty steep tab by now. He comes by your office almost every shift.
I know, I feel bad. He's a nice guy. But I do not have the heart to tell him to go away. One of the drawbacks of having my office across from Tarvis' security.
Well, perhaps you should tell him to stop.
So these are civilians. If there's nothing interesting in here, I might just cut this part out.
Even go on a single date with him.
Because I'm gonna just hack through these computers and knock these guys out and see what's in here. But mostly it is for XP. Again, if nothing interesting, I'll just cut this out.
Running diagnostics check in sector 11482. Diagnostic sequence complete.
Okay, so there wasn't anything interesting in here, apart from this woman here who's actually, apparently her and Shadow Child know each other. But there was no dialogue when it came to knocking her out. So we're gonna be moving on.